Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of the Binding of Isaac Repentance, and today I'm bionically enhanced. I have new headphones, I have new glasses, we're gonna spill the Tainted Wheel of Fortune and I'm just gonna get into it. Now, I have every single Tainted character unlocked. I've been busy, and a lot of these characters are actually quite difficult, as was demonstrated by the fact I died twice. Literally I died in the first floor, because I was just not aware of what some of these characters do. So that's very unfortunate. I tried to play... I love that. Tried to play Tainted E first. Died immediately because I used Sumptorium a little too many times. And then I tried to play Tainted Eden. Not Eden. Tainted Jacob. Which, again, was going fine until I encountered a bomb room and I couldn't dodge. And then the ghost killed me. So that was very disappointing. But here we are. Tainted Eden shouldn't be that annoying. This guy is actually all about just having as many items as possible. Because as far as I know, what happens is every single floor your items get rerolled into something else. So having the most items just means you have more chances of getting something that's actually decent. And it's also very much possible that we're gonna get to the 8th floor, get a bunch of really bad items and just die. So in that sense, Tainted Eden is a lot of fun. or not, depends how you look at it. But yeah, like I was saying before, I got new glasses, I got new headphones, I'm bionically enhanced at this point. Let me just check if I'm actually recording. I am recording, okay, because that would have been a shame. And I also see the desktop audio is picking up. I was just worried because I had a live stream like 2 weeks ago. And I was afraid that maybe I didn't set something right, but it seems that it's fine. And then yeah, like I would have streamed last week as well if anybody missed it, because I did mention there were going to be weekly streams. But what ended up happening is I got a COVID vaccine, and as you know, getting COVID vaccine can include some certain side effects, and I was just feeling kind of bad, and then I didn't stream. So that was it. It was a very, I would say, an eventful 2 weeks. I guess it always is. but in this case, it was just things happening left and right. It was insane. Like I said, one of the things that happened was, I'll get to this point the third time. This is like the principle of storytelling, if you can believe it. It's that, yeah, I got new glasses and I got new headphones. My old headphones actually just kind of fell apart, and they were not very useful. And also, to be fair, they weren't very good either. Which is just because I cheaped out on them when I first... Okay, so this is actually, I think, pretty much what I didn't hope for on the first floor. Just random items. This is really good. Like, imagine you got this on a regular run. That would be so freaking decent. Like, I'll use like this as well. Just stack it on top of everything. There you go. So yeah, my old headphones just weren't all that good, and what ended up happening was, well, I mean, I had them for a really long time, so over time they kind of broke down. The wear and tear got to them. I used them pretty much every day for the last, I would say, 5 years. So they did do their part. So all credit to them. But in the grand scheme of things can only last so long. It was time for a replacement, and especially what I wanted was just something that's like better. So I got a pair of Sennheisers, which everyone says, you know, these are some of the best headphones. And as with any other product, like if you try to buy something gaming, it usually means you just sold on a markup, and you're not really getting the quality that you could be getting by buying something else in a similar price range. That's just not branded gaming. So I decided to buy the Sennheiser headphones. Well, one of the early series, not the ones that cost like $25,000. Oh wait, I didn't lose my items. Well, that's confusing. I thought I was supposed to lose my items. Maybe whenever I get hit, it gets rerolled? I'm actually not sure. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I did get new so they're really good. Like, I have nothing to complain about. They are just decent headphones. And the first time I got it, like the first day I got them, actually, I was just surprised by the difference in quality. Because I'm not, let's put it this way, I appreciate quality, right? When I see quality right in front of me, I can say, well, this is good. I'm not gonna be the one that's just gonna be like, well, as long as I can hear things, it's fine. I kind of hate those people, to be honest, because you're kind of like, by saying that, you're kind of putting down everyone who puts in effort into something they do. Let's go into an extreme example, but let's just say that, for example, tables. Let's argue that not all tables are made the same. There are tables which are just better than than other tables. So yeah, a table like is very simple in its function. It serves as something that you can leave things on, like you can eat on it. It's just a useful tool to bring things to a slightly more elevated position, right? It's useful in that regard, and that's what a table is. And you might say, well, anything that functions, that can bring things to an elevated position is good. Like how, like you can't really complicate this much further. Like if it does that, it's good enough. And I would argue, well, yeah, to some extent, but also in another extent, I feel like that's just half the story. Because, okay, so besides the craftsmanship that goes into building a really good table, we can just look at some like of the basic factors. A chaos, I'll just freaking take. We can just take a look at what goes into a table, and for sure, like the basic principle of a table is that it kind of holds itself together. Like you want a table that's just not gonna break down when you use it a couple of times. You want it to last a little while. Like I feel like that would be an important factor. Maybe it's not the most important factor. Okay, so yeah, as soon as I get hit, I lose my items, or they get rerolled, and I have not epic fetus. Okay, that's pretty cool, and I'm flying. So this is another great run. Can't complain. So yeah, a table, like as soon as like it loses, like you want it to last a little bit, but you might say, well, that's not really that important, and then I might say, well, maybe like there's the difference of quality, right? In the sense that certain tables are more fit for your purpose, like they're a better height than maybe other tables. And again, you might say, well, sure, but like you can bring like other things that make it more equal or whatever. I'm not maybe making a lot of sense right now, and this is an argument that nobody's gonna have, but like all I'm saying is that people apply this argument to things like headphones, or I would say even monitors, like any, I would say, extra peripheral, because a lot of people think that, well, certain things in life are maybe not as practically useful, and I would say those people who I'm referring to, a lot of those people think, well, gaming and anything related to gaming or like computer use in general is superfluous. Like, why would you need good earphones, right? Like, regular earphones from your phone function just fine. Yeah, like in the grand scheme of things, sure. And I'm not just talking about sound quality, by the way, because if we're just talking about sound quality, maybe I would be with you. But there's all these other factors which actually affect my like enjoyment of using things. So, for example, headphones, right? My old headphones were terrible, and not just because they had a bad sound quality, but also because they were very uncomfortable, especially if I wore them for longer periods of time. So I have glasses on my head. I don't know why I said that so dramatically. I just have glasses on my head. And wearing headphones on top of that can be quite uncomfortable sometimes. With some headphones, I have to say that it's not a pleasant experience. But then some other headphones, like for example these Sennheisers, well, they're just great. Like, just genuinely fantastic. I cannot complain. I can wear these things on my head for literally hours on end, and it just kind of works. So I think I just thank all my spirit hearts for red health. Maybe that was not the best idea, but like devil deals don't really matter as long as I'm getting items, since they're gonna be rerolled anyway in most scenarios. So what I'm thinking here, right, I can just theoretically keep rerolling, like whenever I get hit until I get a good item. I mean a good run. So there's no damage. Like, I can't lose. I just added rerolls every single floor, which would be like worse. But at the same time, like, what prevents me from just going, oh, this is a bad run, oops, well, now it's a little bit better. You know? It's nothing. Well, what an interesting character. He said sarcastically. But yeah, like headphones, like just even besides going in that direction of saying of saying, well, you know, sound quality is important. I just think there are other factors which have to be considered. For example, in this case, like I said, the quality of like the actual build quality and whatnot, because it does affect my enjoyment of using them, and I can do things for longer, whatever. Like there's some function I can optimize. In this case, let's say it's productivity, right? And then glasses. Oh my god, don't get me started on glasses. You don't want bad glasses, because that can wreck you. If you're someone who's satisfied with bad glasses, let me tell you, get yourself a nice pair from people who are actually experienced in making glasses, and you're gonna be thankful to me your entire life, because there's nothing better than actually having a decent pair of glasses on your head. Mom's knife is great, and we're gonna... Okay, nice. And we're gonna be using... we're maybe gonna go fight Mother? Maybe not, we'll see. Wait, but as soon as I touch that, I'll actually reroll my run, huh? Oh, no, okay, perfect. Yeah, getting yourself a nice pair of glasses is so important, because... So this is my life story with glasses and just bad eyesight. Like, when you're a kid, I think this is something that most of us can relate to. But if you've never had glasses before, you might actually be surprised by this. When you're a kid, you don't really know what it means to have bad eyesight. You just see things in the way you see them. But you don't have any frame of reference. You don't know what normal eyesight is, and you don't know what's blurry and what's not. Because for me, it made a lot of sense, like logically. I never thought twice about it, that things at a distance would be blurry, because that's just kind of, you expect it to be that way, I suppose. It just makes sense, right? Because things that are close to you, you see better than things that are further away from you, and sure, maybe they get blurred out, and you learn about the physics of it, and it's like, oh, well, things that are not in focus get blurry, and it just kind of makes sense. You never really think about it too much, right? This is... Okay, why am I not using my mom's knife? Why am I trying to use... Okay. Sorry, I just needed to focus for a little bit. So yeah, things make sense. Like, you're not really questioning your bad eyesight until it's already... Like, until it's at the point where it's really starting to actively affect your life, right? Because for me, what happened was, I was just sitting in the front row for the longest time, until even that wasn't good enough. I just had terrible sci-fi. Oh my god, this might be the run. I just can't get hit ever again, and we win. So I was just sitting in the front row. So I used to sit more in the back for a long time, and then as my eyesight got progressively worse, I started sitting in the front. It was just a practical way to deal with the issue I was having. And that's fine. That wasn't a big deal. I didn't think there was anything wrong with me per se. It was just a matter of fact, right? It was just like the state of affairs. And then one day I remember we went to the doctor as a school. It was one of those yearly checkups, and they did an eye exam, and they were like, yeah, you just don't see. I was like, what do you mean I don't see? I said, well, your eyesight is bad. And that was shocking, because I never thought that it was worse. So I think in a way it was also a little bit of, I felt inferior. I just felt my genes failed me, which is maybe not the healthiest outlook. but I do remember distinctly being just shocked by my eyes not functioning as well as I thought they did. Because I thought, I mean, it's not even something you think about, right? That's what gets to me. It's not. If it's something I held a lot of pride in, I would be disappointed. So you think you're good at something, and then somebody tells you actually you're not that good, because you meet maybe someone who's, for example, you're competing. Oops. You're competing in local Street Fighter tournaments, and then one day you go outside, and you actually meet people who played the game way more than you did, and they beat you, and then you realize, oh, maybe I just wasn't as good as I thought. Like, that feels pretty bad, but at least you feel that's something you can improve upon, right? I never even considered the fact that my eyesight might be bad, and that's why it was so shocking. Oh, nice, arrow. Didn't even know I didn't have it. Nice. That's why it was so shocking, because it's just a surprise. Like, somebody just out of nowhere comes up to you and tells you, hey, You suck. Not just you suck, it's like a very specific like insult. I mean, it's not an insult, obviously, it's just... Oops. Yeah, it's not an insult, it's just a very specific like weakness, I suppose. It's like somebody telling you, well, you know, you're susceptible to mosquito bites. Whatever that means. Like, mosquitoes like biting you. It's like, okay, well, like, I'm not upset by this. This doesn't affect me negatively, but I feel like I got the short end of the stick. And you're kind of upset about that, because it doesn't feel fair. So anyway, there was a whole thing about eyesight, but you know, you get over it. And I never really minded glasses. I think they're cool. I appreciate glasses. I think they... let me put it this way. I think a lot of people try lenses because they maybe, first of all, don't like the physical look of glasses. Maybe they think it makes them look a little bit nerdier than maybe they'd like to present themselves. And that's completely fair, right? It's your body, your choice, your visual look. I have nothing against that. But then you have some people who don't like glasses out of practical reasons. And on that, I feel you 100%. Because glasses are great. I love my glasses. They allow me to see the world in ways which I would just never be able to see the world otherwise. And that's fantastic. But... Oh no, I missed. They do allow me to see the world in ways which I just wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. And it's fantastic. But the upkeep is actually insane. Like, you have to clean your glasses regularly. They get like weird grease all over them because you touch them with your fingertips and just like debris falls in and like they get scratched up, and eventually you start like losing a little bit of that eyesight. You have to get new prescriptions, and don't get me started on how uncomfortable they can be. Okay, so where did literally all of my life go? I'm not sure. Please stay away from me. I have cursed eye. I just realized I have cursed eye. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know what this is, but this is a really cool little synergy. I just have no idea where my life went. That's still the most compounding part of. I got an item which removes my health containers. That freaking sucks. Well, there we are, aren't we? I had this whole tirade about glasses because I thought we were safe, but guess what? Complacency is the #1 reason for death. I wasn't safe. I was in great danger. I just didn't realize. Hey, mom. I saw that I had my mom's toenail, and then I decided maybe it's not worth like worrying about. And then it stomped down. It's like, okay, mom, please, just mind your own freaking business. And yeah, what's worse about glasses is you can have a wrong prescription, and that's the really bad part. Because if you have wrong prescription glasses for a prolonged period of time, it can really do some number on you. Just in the sense of, because it's very subconscious, I guess. Like, your eyes try to adjust for your bad eyesight to some extent, so you don't really notice it until it spawned on top of me. I just hate you. And it keeps giving me cursed eye, you freaking monster. How about if you didn't do that, huh? I think that would be a little nicer. Okay. Because the first time I got my glasses, they were fine, but I was still growing, right? So I got a new prescription sometime after that, because my first glasses literally broke in half. It's very sad. Stop spawning on top of me. I'm so mad. It keeps doing that. Oh, chop. No. Great Gideon is annoying. I think this is Great Gideon, isn't he? But yeah, this boss can be very freaky. Stop showing me your teeth. I don't even know if the waves are predetermined, or what his deal is, I guess. Can you shoot? Oh, there you are. Please? Oh, there you are. You are? You are? I used it. I know it was stupid. I just can't help myself. I had the pill, it was annoying me. I felt like when I have a pill in my inventory, it literally detracts like 20% of my concentration. Because all I'm thinking is there's a thing in the bottom right corner that wants my attention. I have to use it. Oh, shit. Oh, no, please. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. This was the smoothest fight of my entire life. Nice. Okay, let's go. Glasses. I was thinking about glasses. So yeah, I did have, like, the first time around, they worked fine. But then I got a new prescription, and I remember explicitly the dude telling me, oh, like, we're just gonna, like, round it up. Because it's better to have, if you, like, because you can be nearsighted or farsighted, right? And if you have, in my case, I'm farsighted, or, no, I'm nearsighted. I don't see things that are far away. So you have, like, different levels of adjustments in the lenses depending on how bad it is, right? And this guy was literally like, well, it's better to have a stronger prescription than to have a weaker one. So we'll just dial that baby up and just see what happens. He said, I remember explicitly him telling me it's better to have a higher prescription than a lower one. And maybe that's true, I don't freaking know. All I know is that when I came back, literally, I would say I'm not a few months, like 2 weeks ago, to get a new prescription, because my old glasses, I mean, I had them, like, again, for 5-6 years, and they got dirty and scratched, and I was just kind of having a hard time seeing. Things were just a little blurrier, and I felt like it contributed to, like, just headaches to some extent. I felt like my eyes were under more pressure than I would necessarily want them to be. So I just decided to get new glasses, because I thought maybe that was gonna solve some of my issues. So this guy is literally like, well, you know, the dude, like, he really overcranked your prescription. you should be wearing a lower prescription. It's like, oh, well, fuck. I didn't know that. He just told me it's fine. And it's like, yeah, and also you have astigmatism. It's like, nobody told me that. So now I have glasses which actually are properly calibrated and account for astigmatism. So theoretically, everything is fine now, and I have to say, in practice, it's better, because I definitely feel my brain being a little bit more relaxed wearing these glasses than the ones I had before. Because before it was always, I wouldn't say squinting, but I definitely felt my muscles in the eyes working a little bit more than they were supposed to. So that's just like a story. So this has been going on with me. How about you? What were you up to? Were there any interesting, like, things happening in your life? Did you get new glasses, maybe? Because I'm telling you, like, getting a fresh pair of glasses, just getting new glasses on your head which are properly prescribed for you is the best feeling in the world. Because for the first time in a really long time, I just feel like I see things again, and that's so valuable. I literally feel like I was blind for the past 2-3 years. And this is not even an exaggeration. Oops. I don't know what happened. Something died, I think. I'm not sure. Did I get an item which caused me to die? Because I don't see it. Oh, maybe I had it previously. Okay, that makes sense. Penny for your thoughts? Oh, Techex. Nice. Okay. So this, I think. I mean, I'm gonna be taking at least one of these items, and that's Gimpy. I'll take this one as well, just for the heck of it. Like, I mean, I'm gonna get rerolled anyway. Oh, now I realize I maybe can't enter this. Oh yeah. Can you open this door, please? That'd be really cool. Oh my god, he's a champion. Never thought I knew he was useful, but damn, that's a whole other level. I I can't forget, I had Mom's Knife and Sci-Fi. It was the best run of my life, and yet here we are. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, I'll try to fight Mother. I don't think it's gonna go well, but miracles happen. And if Tainted Isaac can win with 8 items, then this guy can as well. So yeah, getting new glasses and seeing the world for the first time again is so good. Just, I recommend it 100%. Please give it a try if you have bad eyesight. If you're one of those people who has bad eyesight and you're just like, I don't need glasses. I mean, I'm not saying you need glasses. I mean, I'm not even talking about glasses. You get lenses. Just get something that's going to improve your eyesight. It's incredible what people who can see experience on a daily basis. You don't even understand how beautiful the world is until you see it through a lens. And I'm not talking about like a photographic lens. I'm talking about lenses in the sense of your eyes. The lenses of your eyes. That sounds very dramatic. Oh, of course. I'm just not here often, so I'm just feeling kind of off. The lenses of your eyes, wow. Never thought I could be so poetic. There have also been some other things that I've been saving up. It's just... It's one of those, so it's summer, right? And in summer, for some reason, I always feel motivated to do things more. It's probably because of vitamin D. Oh, yeah, that's another freaking story about life. I was apparently vitamin D deficient. Which is not a surprise, because I think maybe 80% of people who watch this video are. And that just by the virtue of fact that just is a population. We spend way too much time inside, right? Especially now in the heat. Like, you can't go out, it's hot. Like, in the winter, you can't get your vitamin D because there's not enough sun. And now in the heat, like, it's too hot, so you don't go outside. So, like, we can't win. No matter what you do, like, you're not going to be exposed to enough sun. And now I am vitamin D deficient, and I'm taking supplements, and I literally go outside like as a plant just to photosynthesize and gather the necessary vitamin D, and I'm feeling better. I don't know if it's the vitamin D, but it's probably helping, so I'm feeling better. So again, like, that's 3 tips of life. Go out and get some sun, get new glasses, and if you can, get new headphones. The quality of my life has been drastically increased by doing these 3 simple tricks. And also electric toothbrushes. I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the best purchase of my life. It's just a matter of, you don't have to do any of the work. So for me, okay, so this is a very specific problem, but you know how some people can do annoying things? I laugh because I know how vague that sounds, and at the same time how true it is. But no, what I was thinking about, because some people can do things like, say, nails on a chalkboard, and it just kind of makes you go, that's how I feel with toothbrush sounds. I feel like I'm alone in this. I haven't seen, or maybe I don't know a lot of people who have the same thing that I do. But if I hear a toothbrush sound, like brushing against the teeth, that freaks me out. It's not okay. Please stop doing it. I don't even know what it is. I don't think it's a matter of, oh, you know, I feel like something's getting scratched that shouldn't be getting scratched. It's just the sound feels so uncomfortable. I think because to an extent it feels private. You're just out there with your mouth open and you're going like... Please don't do that. For the love of God. I have a problem with that, I guess. And that's why I didn't like toothbrush, like just a regular toothbrush. So I got myself an electric toothbrush primarily so I didn't have to hear the sound. I can't imitate it with my mouth, but you know what sound I'm talking about. And now with an electric toothbrush, all you hear is bzzz, and that's much more pleasant. So again, another recommendation on how to make your life marginally better. by buying things. And they say money can buy happiness. It's not true. It can buy happiness. Not just it can buy happiness, and can buy a lot of happiness. This is something that rich people don't want you to know. Like, well, money can buy happiness. And then Jeff Bezos comes in with his $300 billion. And he's like, dude, I'm unhappy. And at that point, it's like, you can get a therapist at least. Just have someone to talk it out with. No, I'm not. I'm just jesting. I do think that, like, being in that position has its own fair share of, I would say problems, but challenges that for sure, like, me as an individual would not be prepared to handle at all. Suplex? I've never suplexed anyone before. I want to do it. This is the best item in the game. I tried to suplex. It didn't work. Does it have to be a killing blow to suplex? Maybe. Okay, I'll try again. Suplex time! Oh my god, that's amazing. You see that? I grabbed the heart. I literally tore the heart out from that mask and freaking body slammed it on the floor. That was amazing. Wow. But yeah, I was saying, like, I do think that rich people, like especially really rich people who actually have the power to influence the world to some extent, they do face certain challenges that I'm just not used to facing. And I just remember that I didn't get the second key piece, so the wish to beat Mother is dead. So I guess we'll just do a regular, normal run. Maybe we do Hush. Can we do Hush? Oh yeah, but we need to go fast. I want to do Hush. I feel like Hush. Maybe Delirium. Oh my god, yeah, let's do Delirium. I mean, if it's gonna be this slow, I'm just leaving. Thank you. I wanna get to Hush. This is speedrun strats? Not maybe speedrun, but I do remember when we used to play daily runs. It was always just a rush to get to Hush. What am I even watching here? I cannot... How do I get there? Fuck it. I have time to think. I like you, big fan. Let's freaking go. Soy milk and... Hush is on the end of the next floor, which you might think I'm crazy, but it's doable. If this run was just a tiny bit stronger. Or like if you get small rooms. It was insane that we got 5 big rooms in a row. I cannot overestimate just how insane that is. And why is every single enemy a freaking champion? They have like a champion's belt or something? I don't see it. So what the fuck? Sometimes just have to say fuck, just so the child filter is gonna pick up, or anti-child filter. Okay, well, we're not making it to Hush. Your initial hunches were correct, and I am indeed the optimistic one. Squeezy way. I thought we got this guy right. I do think this character is a little bit uninteresting. Because if at least it did what I wanted, like what I suggested the first time around, if it just changed your run every single floor, like that would feel bad when you get a really bad run, I know, but... Or have it be like just give me more agency in this, so it's not just random. Oh, here. Oh, oops. Nice. Well, we are going to... I guess we're just going down, up, down. Let's go up. It is. I always feel bad just doing a regular Polaroid or negative run, because I know it's not because you have to do it eventually. It's not a big deal, but I know I'm leaving all the hard bosses for later. But I guess with Eden, at least, you know that every run you're gonna do is gonna be pretty much the same. It's not like, oh, this is a really good run, because you can just lose it in the matter of a blink of an eye. There you go. Perfect freaking time. So yeah, so like some more agency with Eden would be nice. Tainted Eden. Just have a way to control when the rerolls happen, maybe, or like have it be a timer, maybe. Oh, that would be interesting. I think if it was literally, oh, your run switches every 5 minutes. So then if you have a good run, you kind of have to make a rush for it to get to the boss. and you'd kind of have to time it right. And then, like, there would still be that level of agency. If you want to wait for a good run, then so be it. But then you're gonna miss out on some of those important objectives, which again might be a little unfun. But I think in any other game it wouldn't be okay. But in Isaac, which is basically designed to make you pull your hair out, I think it's fine. you have items like the gnawed leaf, which is like the best item in the game if you have patience, or if you're willing to leave your computer running for several hours at a time. If you're willing to, it's the best item, right? And in that case, it's unfun, because in order to extract the maximum value from it, you kind of have to be prepared to cheese the game a little bit. So in that sense, if you had a timer on Eden, like, you'd have to be willing to cheese the game a little bit. Oh, this is a really good synergy, because you get your spirits, and it's nice. Solid stuff. Now, I mean, if we somehow could get another angel deal here, that would be fantastic, so we could at least beat Mega Satan. But if not, it's not a big deal. Mega Satan is just an obstacle in my... Oh wait, I just remembered that. How can we beat Mega Satan if we're just gonna get our key piece rerolled? Maybe we're not. Maybe he doesn't reroll key pieces. That would make sense. Or alternatively, we could just reroll until we get that key and just open it up ourselves. So there's plenty of options. I'm not worried about Mega Satan, let me put it that way. I'm worried about Mother for now, for sure. One of the more difficult bosses for me still. I want to have a really good run to get to her. Delirium is not... I think in theory he's the scariest, but in practice he hasn't been causing me that much issues. But you definitely need a specific run to get to Delirium. Like, if you're gonna walk in there 3.5 damage butt naked, like, it's not gonna be a good time. You need a specific run for Delirium. You need something. You need either a really strong run, but ideally you want something that's gonna cover a lot of ground, so when you enter you can pretty much just dish damage, or like some form of homing. I think is absolutely necessary if you're gonna get anything done in that regard. There we are. But yeah, Mother is just like, it has a lot of phases. I feel like if you have a low speed, like, you can't really dodge some of her attacks, and I just didn't have enough practice against her, because I've been kind of it's not avoiding her so much, but it's more the fact that you have to specifically go via, I mean, you have to go via a specific route to get to her, and that just never felt like I got hit. Okay. Oops. There we are. So you have to go to a specific route, and it's always going that route just for the chance of beating Mother. Like, it's a lot, because it's pretty long. You have to dedicate an hour of your life to get to a point where you might beat a boss or not. So I really only like doing it if I have a really strong run from the start. So there's that little dilemma, I guess, for me at least. So I just didn't go there and practice enough. I do have a way, like, what I will probably do is like just have a new save file, just teleport to Mother and just kind of practice her patterns, because I feel like otherwise I'm just not gonna get used to it. Because so far all that's been happening is I just walk in there with a really strong run. I kind of get hit 100 times, but I just out DPS her and just win the run. It's not very satisfying in that sense, because I don't really fight Mom. I just survive against Mom, I suppose. Oops, please. Oh, that's a really cool synergy. So it's like Brimstone. Oh my god, that's amazing! Holy crap, you see that? And then you have tears flying all over. And you have golden bombs, golden keys. I have no life. There's things to love about this shrine and things not to love about this shrine. And the things I love about this shrine is everything besides health, and the things I don't love about this shrine is health, because I don't have any. I've just been a motor mouth today. I've noticed I'm speaking a lot. I don't mind it. I feel to some extent like when I'm busy and when I'm trying to record a video when I know it's a busy period in my life, I'm just like with my head I'm in a different place. But when I'm like free to some extent, like I am now, I can just like focus on the game and it's fine. Just ramble on. This is really what this videos are all about. Just me rambling. It's a very nice. I don't know why, but lately I've been getting recommended these videos on how to succeed in life, and all of them mention passive income, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. And this one guy was like, "Oh, you should just upload videos weekly, like on YouTube. Just commit to a weekly schedule. It's gonna change your life." And I can tell you from experience that is true, but not for the reasons you might think. Because I think that the idea is like you're gonna get some form of passive income from YouTube, but like in reality, you're not gonna get there. Like I'm not gonna get there. Most of us are not gonna get there. And again, the reality of the situation is it's our content sucks. It's like it's a big thing to say about my own content. I don't think it sucks in the sense that it's bad or like that I'm not like interesting or have anything to say, because I feel like there's some entertainment value to be had. If nothing else, I'm entertained, and I feel just by the virtue of that, that's already entertaining. Like there is a subset of people who would like that. But the problem is, like, if you want to exist in a sphere where you're making some money out of it, and if you want to actually be successful, then I think just finding a niche group is maybe not enough to get there. So it's not good for that. Like if you want to be successful in the sense you want to make a lot of money, making videos on YouTube is not gonna get you there. But if you're in the YouTube for either self-expression, which I think could be beautiful, if you just want to find some extra motivation to do things in the sense that like by uploading, I definitely feel a certain sense of obligation that just makes it a little easier for me to do, like upload or just even play my favorite games, because even that can be hard sometimes, right? Just finding the time. But with YouTube, I feel like it's easier to justify me playing games, right? So in that sense, it's nice, and I would recommend it. And it's also nice if you want to carve out a little community or just find some like-minded people, because that's also what has happened to me. So if you're in that market, then YouTube can absolutely affect and change your life for the positive. But if you're in the market of just making as much money as possible, then maybe YouTube is not gonna be exactly it. And also, not just that. Let's talk about YouTube videos more, because the one thing I really want to discuss this at length. I'll probably do it like on the stream, because I want a more open stream of thought than whatever I can do right now. But I've been getting recommended these videos that are like, how can I study 12 hours a day and I'm still like fine. That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Because here I am, like I am a good student. Like there's no doubt in my mind that whatever I'm doing in school is successful. I am a good student. Like when I went to school, I have the self-discipline, I have the interest, I feel like, you know, like I check all the boxes of what a good student is. I like actually absorb the material, I study things at home, I have self-interest. Like there's things that I would consider, like, if you want to be a good student, if you want to learn something, if you want to get something from, let's say, your college classes, I feel like I possess some of those qualities. And nowhere in there is it studying for 12 hours a day. Let's put it a different way. If you have to study for just school 12 hours a day, maybe like you're not doing something right. I feel like at no point in your life should you be required to study 12 hours a day unless it's like purely for self-discipline. Like if you're trying to like really excel at something in your life, you know, then yeah, of course you do it. But if it's just for your college and classes, like don't watch those videos. Like they're not gonna help you. You can learn for things that you do in school, I would say, in a fraction of that time. And I feel like that's the interest of most people, right? It's not I want to like study as much as possible. I think most people are just interested in, I wanna like pass my classes and maybe learn something useful from school. And if you're just in that market, then studying for 12 hours a day is absolutely overkill and is a surefire way to make you hate school even more. So don't do it. But again, like, if you're a person who just strives to be excellent and just really wants to dig deep into like one particular subject for whatever reason, then I feel like you're not gonna be online watching like these hours. Like, you're gonna be the person making them, I guess. And then of course there's always the question mark of like how healthy it is. Is it gonna be good like on the long run? Like, how does it affect your psyche? Because I feel like you might end up developing some unhealthy habits for sure. And also like just a whole other like host of issues which might arise from that. So it's interesting. Like, I want to talk about it. So if I'm gonna be streaming and this topic sounds interesting, let's discuss it on stream. Probably this weekend, no promises. But yeah, sometime this weekend is the general plan, but it's still very early in the week. You never know what might happen. A meteor might just literally strike me down right now. Okay, that didn't happen, so we're safe. So we're looking good for the weekend. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!